Anyway, last time we saw this character, we were running around in the dungeon, harvesting some runes. We have 4 and we need 15. And ideally, I would win this and get those 15 runes because, as you already know, we are currently playing the tournament, but the tournament won't be um, ongoing for much longer. So there's that. I wanted to start earlier today, but I hope that today I'll have enough time to finish this character successfully in like a win. We have done Slime, we have done Bolts 5, we have done the Lure Branches. Mm, the only thing left to do for a traditional standard non-extended game would be SOT, so let's go ahead and do that right now. I don't know if there was anything that I wanted to do before doing SOT. I am not going to go for a normal standard 3 rune game, just to be perfectly clear, but I do like to do SOT, the entirety of SOT, before going to extended. I think it is a very, very good thing to do. So Chain Lightning is really gonna get the job done here. I would be very unpleasantly surprised if Chain Lightning was to disappoint me. Something that I have found very interesting about this character is that I've been really looking forward to finding mana regen from the very beginning of the game, and I have not, nor it seems like I'm going to at all. Not gonna find that. Fortunately, my mutation set with Demonspawn made it so that I have very ridiculous mana regen, so it really won't be an issue, but I just like find it a bit surprising that it just straight up didn't happen. I think Shadow Dragons have resistance to electricity, but I do not remember for sure. Next time I see one, I'll inspect it. Fortunately, we have one right here. Let's take a look at this guy. Resistant to poison, cold, and immune to negative energy, but no resistance to electricity. So I just got a really, really bad roll on that one that I didn't one-shot with Chain Lightning. If you don't one-shot a monster with Chain Lightning, it's because it's either immune to electricity or it just like you just got a pretty awful roll, which can sometimes happen with Chain Lightning, even with 100% power Chain Lightning. By the way, you may be wondering why I'm so constantly walking out of the level and like running for my life. And the reason would be that it is very, very dangerous to be making such large amounts of noise and then just like continuing like nothing, especially if you're depleted of resources. And that's why I have been so constantly getting out of this SOT 1 level. That's kind of rough. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna regen this HP or this mana quite a bit, so I'm not particularly worried about the current situation. Yep, not particularly worried about the current situation. Didn't even have to use channeling from Sifmuna, but I did lose quite a bit of HP. However, it was not a big deal. Soul Eaters in SOT 1. Lots of this is obviously a bolt, right? There's no way this is not a bolt. Getting some pretty fancy rolls of Chain Lightning there. Guardian Mummy. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw something along the lines of a Royal Mummy here. We unfortunately still don't have like a really good spell for dealing with monsters like that. Hopefully soon. Oh, okay, we're out of Manual of Dodging. I think that after the Manual of Dodging I set 27 invocations. Maybe I would like to get a bit of more conjurations in our magic. Let's get it to 21 so that I can cast Chain Lightning with better success rate. I am a bit nervous about it miscasting in a crucial situation. I really don't want such a thing to happen. Two Curstos is a bad thing to see. Yeah, they're not really draining me that much. It's because I have a fair amount of resistance to negative. Resistances are really good. Yeah. People who underestimate resistances I don't know what to tell them. But personally, I find that my strongest characters are the ones that have resistances, and my weakest characters are the ones that don't, unless they have overwhelming and absurd offensive power, which is unfortunately not something that is within the control of the player to get sometimes. Do I have Blink? Yeah, I still don't have it. Um, I am going to open this regardless. I got agility from the Demon Blade. That's nice. This thing is gonna die. Like, I didn't even check the ghost because I knew that it was almost impossible for the ghost to. Um, Pretty good amulet. Pretty great amulet, actually. It was almost impossible for the ghost to be more powerful than I was. Mm, yeah, that amulet is really, really good. Um, the Guardian Spirit is, of course, the one of the least valuable amulet properties for most characters, including this one, where it would actually do exactly nothing due to the fact that I already have that because I got that mutation as a Demonspawn. But it would still maybe be worth it for the properties that it gives if it was not for the fact that I also already got those. Um, Wrong button combination, sorry. It says resistance to electricity, fire resistance, and resistance to corrosion. All three of those are really, really good, amazing thing to have, but I already have those. Well, I don't have resistance to corrosion, but I don't need it. Mm, I just realized that I don't have resistance to poison. I better get that fixed. I have one ring of poison resistance in my inventory. Mm, my chain lightning goes down to 99% and 9% chance to fail. Not the best thing ever, but I am training for conjurations and air magic, so that will probably be fixed in a short bit. Would be nice if I could have a bit of extra dexterity, of course, to take advantage of my manual of dodging that I found. Not really a necessity, but it would just be a nice little thing. And by the way, I really value poison resistance quite highly in this place. I think that if you don't have poison resistance, it's just like a death waiting to happen, due to the fact that there's some really messed up guys with poison attacks here. Maxwell's and a ring. And considering that my rings are just plain intelligence and poison resistance, I am definitely interested in checking out that ring. This guy um, could be dangerous. Or rather, could be tanky, but not really that dangerous. Yeah, the ones that you have to really look out for are the spellcasters. There's only one spellcaster which does have Iron Shot, which leads me to want to not do that immediately. I'll do that later. Curse those, lots of curse those, but fortunately Chain Lightning is just like an absolute nuclear blast of a spell, so it's very easy to kill monsters whenever you're casting Chain Lightning. Monsters just like cease to exist, and then you make obscene amounts of noise as well. It is one of the loudest spells in the game. It's not as loud as Shatter, but it is ridiculously loud. Anyway, there's definitely some degree of danger, like intertwined with using this spell. How do we do this? I think that I just open this and I hope that I don't get Iron Shot. There we go. Took me 5 Chain Lightnings, but I killed 4 player ghosts at the same time. Um, It's not that great. It is pretty decent, but it's not that great. I am not going to pick it up. It is not what I need right now. If it had had like poison resistance or intelligence, It would be a bit more appealing. Of course, the resistance to corrosion is good, and I would definitely like to have it, but not at the cost of 4 strength when I have 8 strength maximum. That's a bit too close to the point where I'm not comfortable with. That I'm not comfortable with. After all, I'm wearing leather armor, right? And my leather armor makes it so that I can, so that I have really good resistances. Not really good defenses, but really good resistances. Um, and it kind of very slightly interferes with my magic, like barely interferes with it, but it still could interfere with it if I lose so much strength, which is something that I don't really want to be in the receiving end of. 21 spellcasting, and after that we're getting 27 invocations for the title because it's a pretty cool title that I never get, and I can afford to do it, so that's why I am going to do it. Ridiculously powerful character, I can tell you that. Mm, this has been a good character. I have gotten some pretty good loot. If you want to see more of this character, you can always look at part 1. If you somehow find this somewhere and you're like, if it's like the first introduction of the channel for you or something, you would benefit from looking at part 1 since this is the end game. It would be confusing if you were not to see part 1. It's pretty much the origin story of this character. Did I? Oh no, it was a miscast. Yeah, because that was a flashback from old Chain Lightning, where sometimes you would cast it next to a monster with good spell power, and it would legit not do anything. Like, not even talking about a miscast or anything. It was a successful cast, and it would legit not do anything. It was really awful, old Chain Lightning. It was one of my least favorite spells. New Chain Lightning is very, very good, as you can see. Um, I'm glad that it got reworked into being what it currently is, but I still cannot shake my memories of Old Chain Lightning. I still don't think that this is like that great of a level 9 spell. I only went for it because I was you gonna use Airstrike and that kind of thing, so I decided that it would be the correct thing to do to um, trainer magic so that I could get more and more powerful as the game went on without just like having to rely on the gargantuan power spike that would be to use Chain Lightning, which at the end of the day did end up being quite a bit of a blessing. I am very happy to have received that power spike exactly when I received it, because it was pretty much around the time where I went to depths and things were starting to get kind of sketchy, especially with my very squalid defenses. They're not good by any means. Mm. But this is not what the character was looking for, you know. Those defenses are well within the realm of expectation, since after all, I have not really been increasing those stats. Um, would be very greedy for me to ask for better defenses on top of all the things that this character already has. Let me drop and never pick up Circ. Yeah, that can definitely go away. Mm. Today's been a pretty warm day here in Mexico City in my room. Very, very warm day for some reason. It's been a while since I've had a day like that. Mm, okay. Yeah, this is actually a pretty sick character. When during part 1 I did mention that the mutation set that I got with this character was straight up like a godsend for doing Mega 6, which is something that I could easily do with this character. Maybe I would have to switch gods into Gosag or something, but I don't want to do that. I am not going to do that, but I am definitely open to the possibility of doing a Ziggurat. Um, I don't really want to break my golden rule of extended, which is that if I don't get exactly the perfect tools to go do extended, I won't do extended. But this character is just like really, really powerful, and it's a lot of juice that this character has. Only for it to just go, not necessarily down the drain, because I've played a fair amount of the character already and I've enjoyed it quite a bit. But like, you know what I mean. To just like cut it short by winning the game right now instead of doing extended with a character that has a kit specifically like intended for you to go do extended with. Mm, so what I'm talking about here is I have extremely high spell power on Chain Lightning. Chain Lightning it's a level 9 spell. Its spell power cap is insanely high, and I have 100% spell power on it because I have Augmentation Tree, and I also have mm, I have Augmentation Tree, and I also have what is this thing called? An enhancer staff in the form of the elemental staff. So yeah, pretty much got everything that I could possibly wish for when it comes to going for extended or going for a very very long run. Mm, but it was not what I was going to do today. I am spamming chain lightning as if I was a worshipper of Behemoth, which is yeah, like it's mind-boggling how strong this spell is if you have obscene mana regeneration. Um, okay, I got my 21 spell casting. Let's go ahead and get that 27 invocations. Once again, I am not getting that for the purpose of any Ashensari things. I'm getting it because I want to have the title, and that's all I want. Oh, I finally found Mommy form. Alright, I think that the whole Sifmuna thing will need to be delayed a bit because I need to get Mommy form. Mommy form is a very important spell, and in fact, it is one of the last few that I was missing for the purposes of going for a long run. Mm, I think Chain Lightning is powerful enough to just kill whatever I want to kill. I would definitely like to complement it with something like Firestorm. I'm talking specifically about Firestorm here since I already have the Conjuration part of the skill trained, so I would only need to train for Fire. I could also get, the other ones, Polar Vortex Shatter, but Firestorm is the one that I am eyeing the most closely right now. I feel like it would be the one that would require me the least amount of experience to get going. Given enough time, I would get everything, just to be perfectly clear. But as a priority, maybe Firestorm. But even before that, Mommy form, I need that right now. I'm gonna learn that, and I'm also gonna learn Firestorm. Yeah, I feel like between Firestorm and Chain Lightning, I'll be able to kill almost everything that I want to kill. Firestorm will be good for killing things from afar, and Chain Lightning will be good for killing things that are closer to me. Let's train for that. Necromancy, Transmutations. I'm gonna need about. Let's. I think that 17 is gonna do the trick, but I'm gonna go all the way to 18. I'm probably gonna stop before that, but 18 is a pretty good um, number to throw out there. Good to be able to see invisible and know when I'm about to fight a ghost moth. It really helps a lot because it like deprives them of the initiative of the first strike, which can definitely lead to great ruin if you are playing a character that relies heavily on its mana, like this one. This one doesn't have any kind of melee skill whatsoever. No melee, no ranged weapons. It does have 12 evocations for where things go sour. If I need to do a little bit of a push for like the specific situation where I need to win the fight, but it's not like dire enough that I need to disengage by using a scroll or so. That's why it has those 12 evocations skill. I like this layout. Doesn't look bad at all. Um, I hope that I get an alarm trap. I am going to read magic mapping, of course, in case you were wondering. Better walk away from that because that guy really wanted to blink me in, and I don't want to be blinked in. Okay, this is perfect for me. That potion, that teleport trap, very good thing to see. What is that? +8 Arbalest of Penetration. You know, it's like this layout, this corridor, and this Arbalest is like go ahead and pick this up and just like press tab to win the game. Literally press tab to win the game. But I am not going to do that. There's this little section right here that was not explored, and it was kind of bugging me. So let's go ahead and explore it, and let's go back in. I like to do SOT 5 before going to extended because SOT 5 does have very large amounts of experience to like acquire. Mm, okay, that's pretty good. I wanted to get rid of the death cough because the death cough can slow, right? I am going to use Brilliance, since after all this is like if I'm not gonna use Brilliance here, where else would I really use it? Um, so yeah. Oh, I got the worst mutation in the game. That can be fixed later. It's not an issue. The Wave of Death grows in power. So now I have Powered by Death 3. I think that I am full on my mutations. Trigger chance 94%. So if I was to hit something with my hoops, I would hit them 94% of the chance or of the time. I wonder if that scales with like experience level. It probably does, since I don't really have a lot of strength or dexterity for it to scale from, and I doubt that it scales with intelligence. I need a bit of mana, so I go for the mana ability. I get a miscast of Chain Lightning, that's not very good. I see some dangerous monsters in here. Wow, I get a nuclear heal from yeah, very gargantuan heal from heal wounds. It was aided by my regen a bit, since after all I do have powered by that, and I am regening 3 HP per turn. Now 6. Yeah, powered by that is kind of ridiculous. Kind of an insane thing to have. Very strong, for sure. I got silenced by this guy. I'm gonna have to drink a potion of cancellation, because otherwise I think I die. Yeah, very unlucky. This guy could theoretically kill me if I was to fail the cast of Chain Lightning. Is it gonna happen? No, it may be. It may happen, so I'm just gonna play it safe. Mm. Yeah, in fact, there's been a couple of instances where it could have just crystal speared me and killed me. I am kind of glad that it hasn't done that, because that would be a very annoying way to lose a character, which is otherwise a very powerful character. Um, yeah. The way to lose characters with Powered by that is to play them very poorly. And what I was doing there was playing very poorly in the face of something that could easily kill me. So might as well stop doing that and, not die. Um, it's broken and can't be closed. I miss being able to close doors. That was a good thing. Yeah, I think that I already fought off the majority of SOT 5. Very glad that minus scroll didn't trigger here, because that could have been a game ender. in a character that is definitely powerful enough to not have to do not end like that, you know? Mm. Hello, Mintais. Thank you for stopping by and good to see you around. We are doing SOT. I am in SOT 5 right now, of course, and this character it has such a strong mutation set. It has powered by death, mana regen, and I regen mana instead of HP, and I have wizardry. I've been casting chain lightning since depths, and I am also training for mummy form, so I can go do extended. I don't like doing extended, as you probably know, but I will do extended for the purposes of the tournament. Like if there was a character to do extended with, it's definitely this one. And the only thing that I was missing, the thing that made me hesitate when it came to doing extended was the fact that I didn't have mummy form, but now I do. So it's only a matter of getting mummy form, and then with the extended experience, I'll be snowballing and getting more and more very powerful stuff. Yep, killing electric golems with chain lightning because the new version of chain lightning is quite strong indeed. Not gonna pick up the Orf. We are going to go do extended after this. I wish I had blinking. That's something that I have been missing for the entirety of the game, and I haven't seen it, even though I am a worshipper of Sif Muna. So yeah, in case you're wondering, or in case you're like ever wanting to go Sif Muna for the purposes of getting a specific spell, don't do that. Yeah. If you want to go Sif Muna for the purposes of getting a specific spell, don't do that because you will be disappointed when it doesn't happen. Very awkward. Mm, okay, we're done with SOT 5. Yeah, we're straight up done with SOT 5. I'll come back later for the Orf. It was a good thing to do. I got very large amounts of experience out of doing this. When I started the stream, I was experience level 25? 25? Seriously? Huh. So I didn't gain that much. Oh no, I was level 24. Throughout the Curse of Sot, I gained 2 levels. Not bad at all. Especially since I'm almost at 27. Mm, Still training Mummy form. Mummy form is almost here. Once I have that, I'll be able to do Tomb. Mm, for now, we can probably go do extended. With my defenses, like, I am not afraid of extended. These are some incredible resistances. The defenses are lackluster, but I don't mind. I have the damage output, and resistances will probably prevent more burst damage than defenses would. Mm, except, of course, for Crystal Spear. Let's go do Pandemonium. I'll do Crypt later, or I could just do Crypt now. Hmm. I could do Crypt now. Does it matter? It probably will take me less time to do Crypt into Tomb than just doing Pandemonium right now. Well, before I go in, I don't really have to worry about juggling inventory. I really don't have that issue with this character. So I could just go in with what I have right now and be alright. Let's do it. No Panlord, or like no like specific Panlord here. I'm not a fan of seeing so many monsters with Smite in the screen. There's a lot. Yeah, there's quite a bit of these monsters. The Cacodemon is also kind of scary. Looking forward to being able to stop training for Mummy form and actually go and train for Firestorm. Um, or you know what would also be really good to have here? Refrigeration. And I don't have that. Got Tormented, which is an assault on my mana as much as it is an assault on my HP. Panlord with Ball Lightning and Blink, and it is resistant to electricity, but it's still gonna die really quick from Chain Lightning. Kind of a rough start to this whole ordeal of doing extended. I don't mind this. This is not gonna hurt me. as much as you would think, anyway. Mm. Pretty lackluster teleport, but more than enough to fulfill my needs. And I am back to full HP. Yeah, I can go back to the fray now. Just a couple of turns later, imagine the dude walking in full heal, like if nothing happened. You know what this character feels like? It feels like Lomlobon. I think I got the Lomlobon inspired mutation set for a Demonspawn. Um, I am very, very good at casting spells, and I also am very, very good at remaining healthy. So yeah, it definitely feels very Lomlobonish. Mm, pretty good stuff. Cleaning pan looks like it was nothing, and also getting healed like crazy. It's a really great character. Yeah, very happy that I decided to start a Demonspawn on that specific moment so I could get this great mutation set. Demonspawn can be pretty rough, but it all comes to be worth it once you get the mutation set that or like once you get a good mutation set, I mean. It's great. Pretty good. I think that at this point I could reasonably put Chain Lightning on the quiver. I could also Amnesia the Poison Kit, since the Poison Kit doesn't really do anything. By the way, I'm out exploring, but I probably shouldn't be doing that. I've already seen where the Panlord used to be. There's no rune. The only correct thing to do is to just like walk away. Because if you full clear pan levels, it's not the greatest idea to do. Um, funnily enough, losing that little bit of intelligence lowered the spell power of my Chain Lightning. Now it is at 99%. So I am at 100%, but it is a very, very fragile 100%. It is 100% that could go away um, with the slightest change to my character. Mm, that was pretty good, you know. I have had extended characters with like shatter and stuff, and they don't really perform as well as this. Anyway, this is a really great ring that I am very happy to have received. Let me drop my ring of poison resistance because we just got a much better ring. Mm. And it's not that ring of ice, it is this one. Goodbye, Ice Fiend. Hello. A ring of poison resistance, 4 strength, 6 intelligence. Back to 100% spell power cloth. Yeah, there we go. Looking pretty good. Even with 100% spell power, I still have a 4% chance to fail. In order to have 100% spell power, I need to have augmentation. If I don't have augmentation, I don't have 100% spell power. Right now I only have tier 2 and I have 97% chance or 97 spell power. Mm, man, this character got really crazy throughout this playthrough. Yeah, it is extremely strong. Very happy about it. By the way, I thought that the poison kit was gonna be completely worthless, but there's some demons that are poison weak now. Most of them are still poison resistant, but some of them, like the orange demon, are affected by poison. Mm. Oh, you know what's been contributing to me not dying, just exploding from getting tormented. I hadn't really thought about it, but it very clearly is the guardian spirit. Every time I get tormented, I actually lose quite a bit of HP, but it's okay because I have guardian spirit. Let me rest off my damage, of course, back to full HP, full resources. And let's continue. Running around the Pandemonium, Chain Lightning using Chain Lightning on everyone. Kite Shield of Protection. I'm gonna carry that because I don't have decent enough shields. Why am I carrying a cloth? I wonder. Well, let's get rid of it and pick up this Chain Lightning. Or like pick up this shield is what I meant. Care of. That's interesting. You know what would be nice? Me finding Ignacio here and Murray in Hell in the vestibule. Because I have not found, obviously I have not found either of them since I haven't visited the places where they can spawn during this tournament. Unique hunting is probably one of my least favorite parts of the tournament because it's like first it requires you to get a good character to get going, which is already never a guarantee. Like getting a character for extended is never a guarantee, and then it requires you to get lucky and find the thing that you're looking for in extended. I don't need more intelligence. I'm gonna get dexterity. Yeah, definitely not. Don't need more intelligence with these ridiculous spell powers. Look at Firestorm. I don't have a lot of fire magic skill, and it's still at 93% spell power. How do you explain this? 93% spell power Firestorm, 52% chance to fail it. It's incredible. Incredible. Mm. Yeah, the winner characters that I've had this tournament have been very pleasant to play. I've not felt like I've won that kind of character that is just like miserable and that is like a drag to play through and win. I feel like those kinds of characters just like straight up die in this version. I am not good enough to win those kind of characters anymore. But the ones that like I get stuff, those ones I feel like I do win. I don't feel like I throw characters that can easily win the game away. Um, oh, I got everything. I got everything that there is to get. Let me get you a dump in case this is not enough. But yeah, I have all the things. Everything that you could possibly want on a spellcaster, I got it. Oh, that's for Trunk. That's oh no, it's not for Trunk. Yeah, in that case it doesn't matter. Anyway, I am still like out exploring. Should I do that? Dig for victory? I don't need to. Let's take a look at what I would get because I see like rings and stuff, and I am already obscenely powerful, but I could definitely upgrade my inventory just a teeny tiny bit more. And I feel like with the spamming of chain lightning that I'm currently capable of doing, I would be okay. Worst case scenario, I could read teleport. In fact, I think I've done it in the past. Just gone in, picked up the wand, and then read teleports. Just so I could have a wand of digging because they are that rare. Let's do this. Hello, Mr. Cacodemons. This is not. Yeah, this is a stone, and this is rock. So that they don't dig through that. Yep, they're pretty funny. These Cacodemons. It's not smart enough to. Oh yeah, but I am smart enough to dig and like free guys in a calculated way. Aha, this is what you should do in this vault. I don't know. I don't particularly care too much about optimal strategies for this vault since I pretty much never do it. I obviously can't just ignore this Ifrit. I can just wait for something more interesting to come within range of my Chain Lightning and then Chain Lightning set monsters to death. Doing smart dig for victory. It's very, very smart dig for victory. Not that much of a fan of the Cacodemon doing that, but it is okay. I hope that I don't find myself fighting a war on two fronts, however. And it doesn't seem to be the case. We already got rid of the Hell Sentinel, which was really the only dangerous thing. The Cacodemon is more annoying than dangerous due to the potential for malmutation. Talking about that, we have some bad mutations, but it's not that much of an issue. Nothing that I really care about fixing right now. And for the other side was significantly less dangerous than the first side that I cleared, so I didn't really even worry about doing it optimally. All right. It's not as nasty as it used to be, I think. I think it used to be significantly more BS. I think I didn't do this properly. I should have dug something like here and then in like a diagonal or something to clear the most amount of loot. But I have 33 charges of it, so whatever. Really doesn't matter how much I optimize since I can just do this. Um, that's not a good enough ring. I was expecting to get something better than that. Yeah, I don't care about that, so that can be left on the floor. I can probably read this. Forget about something like static discharge can go away. It was very useful for a significant part of the game since we discovered something very important about it. It ignores monster armor class, so it is probably one of the very few spells that ignore monster armor class nowadays. Okay, the loot here was pretty worthless, but I think we gained something a bit more important out of doing that bolt. We gained the knowledge that the bolt is doable. Mm, it's not a terrible ring mail. It's not as good as my leather armor. My leather armor gives me some really, really good properties. We cannot really just throw this away. We need to throw it or we need to replace it for something that gives me these properties. And it's gonna be very difficult to find something like that, even if we come across like an item that appears to be as perfect as that ring mail. I'm not even gonna carry it because I don't really have any space in my inventory. Another Scroll of Amnesia, I'm going to use that. What are we going to forget about now? Toxic Radiance? Probably. Yeah, there's not a lot of demons that we would be able to poison here. Mm, yeah, pretty good character. Being a blast to run around hitting things with my chain lightning shape mallet, hammering things down with my chain lightning is what I'm trying to say here. Mm, okay, found the exit, so I am going to take it. Well, I'm gonna rest the full resources and then I'm gonna take it. It is just the fastest way to go through Pandemonium. Okay, didn't even check what that Panlord had. I think it had Chain Lightning itself, or something along those lines. Oh, it had Bolt of Fire. Well, it doesn't really matter. Um, no Rune? At least it must have a portal, right? Ooh, robust. Just when I was thinking about potentially drinking mutation to get rid of the bad mutations, but I'm not gonna get rid of robust. I currently cannot like get full value out of robust, of course, due to the fact that I have not really trained a lot of fighting, but I'll be doing that soon. Mummy form is already at 3%, so I can afford to turn that off for a while. Or turn that off, period. Maybe come back to it later. 26.9. Do I want to do 26.9? I think that I'm probably gonna stop training fighting at like 21 or so. In reality, I just blow things up before they can deal significant amounts of damage to my character. So HP is not as much of a pressing issue. It is a weird thing, but it really is like that. Bloodstained scale mail. It is not good enough, and it even has a downside. At this point in the game, I think that it would be cool if better loot generated later on. It would indeed be quite nice. Someone mentioned that earlier, how like after a certain point your loot kind of comes to a standstill, and you stop like gaining power increases from loot. Mm, And you're better off if such a thing starts happening earlier than later, or sooner rather than later. I kind of want to get rid of Airstrike, but I feel like I would regret doing that. Shock, I suppose. Glork's block. Okay, we have Mummy form, and by extension, we should also have statue form. I don't think we really are gonna have a lot of issues casting statue form with the stats that I have. Okay, I learned statue form exactly with the sole purpose of being able to beat the Glork's block. Statue form is a really good spell for dealing with Glork's block. It is much better than Mummy form since Glork's block has the spell on death, so you can easily die if you use Mummy form against Glork's block. With the amount of noise that I am creating, I would not be surprised if I was to stumble upon Glork's block. I thought that he was going to step outside of his bolt, but it didn't happen. Anyway, interesting. Took me way more chain lightnings than I thought it was going to. And in case you're wondering why I don't have MCC, I was briefly considering it until I realized that it kinda like doesn't make any sense because like I could just continue casting Chain Lightning and not only kill the thing that I want to kill with MCC, but also kill everything that is currently supporting it, while being able to choose to not do that at any time if danger arises. Pretty easy kill on Glork's block. Let's get out of here, try to find our way through the rest of Pandemonium. Potentially even finding Ignacio would be nice. That's actually a good enough reason to fully explore Pandemonium levels to try to find Ignacio. Man, powered by dead is ridiculous. Like if it gets going, the region lasts for long enough for you to not really be a danger. It's insanely good. Okay, we got a potion of brilliance. I'll pull that to me. I wonder how this character would have looked like with Behumet. I mean, we very clearly didn't really need Behumet with this character, but I cannot help but wonder if it would have been better or something. I think that I may want to get rid of Irradiate. Like, in a situation where I am next to or surrounded by monsters, I think that Chain Lightning is just gonna do a better job of killing them. So I'm just gonna get rid of Irradiate. And if it's not gonna do a better job of killing them, I might as well cast Mystic Blast then to push them away from me. It might be the correct thing to do. That's why I have not Amnesia at Mystic Blast, and I probably won't. I should probably put an inscription of don't attack on that so that I don't accidentally tab into monsters, as it has already repeatedly happened. This character has never had melee, and the few instances where I've killed things in melee have been almost entirely by accident. Man, this is such a powerful character. I guess that's just what you get when you run around casting Chain Lightning with 100% power on monsters. Like, I should not be so surprised by its power. It should be the other way around. I should be insulted if it was not as powerful as this with 100% spell power on a level 9 dual school spell, which is, as I've already mentioned, the most expensive kind of spell that you can get in the entirety of the game. Experience-wise, I mean. Another Arbalest of Penetration that I am not going to equip. Give me this. We can probably just leave now, right? I'm a bit surprised that we got to 0.30 and there was no discernible nerf or rework of Pandemonium. There were two Abyss reworks and a Hell rework, but no Pandemonium rework yet. I think it would be very, very cool if there was like a rotating alternate branch of Pandemonium. Like instead of getting Pandemonium, what if you go to I don't know, an angelic realm where holy pan monsters are more elaborated upon. Um, it would need, way more new monsters and other cool things. So it's probably like a lot of development work that no one really wants to or has the time to do. Um, so that's probably why nothing like that exists. After all, Crawl really depends on community contributions. I was struggling to remember the word there for a second. Community contributions, stone soup nature of the project. So if I really wanted to see something like that in the game, I should make it myself. The thing is that I don't know how. If I knew, I would do it for sure. I'm gonna get out, drop a couple of things like this and this. And this, and this, and I'll pick them up later. Yeah, we can drop a couple of stuff that we are not really gonna use in Pandemonium or ever, such as these potions of might. Let's go in again. You never pick up later? Yes, I also forget about that. I hope that this time it doesn't happen since I've already been saving up those very precious items that are like good enough for them to appear in my log when I win the game. I really don't want to forget about them. Do I want to forget about anything here, however? Perhaps a statue forms. It's already fulfilled its role of trivializing Glork's block. And it wasn't even trivializing Glork's block, it was just made it much easier for me to kill Glork's block, is what I was going for. I still haven't found Blink. Oh, no, I did. Okay, give me that. That is something that I want to get. Blink. We can probably start training for Firestorm now. Yeah, I have 240 HP. Let's train to 240 and then I'll start training for Firestorm. It shouldn't really take me that much fire magic to really get it going. This character is so obscene. Like it's the opposite of the characters that I've had in 0.29, like the ones that don't make me very happy. This one, to begin with, is making me very happy, and it's also a very powerful character, all right. Mm, yeah, I've already gotten to the point with my character where it is difficult for me mm, to make a crucial enough mistake that it would kill me. Um, Getting to that point on characters is something that I am very much a fan of. Um, I gained a lot of experience all of a sudden. Yeah, I went from 240 to 242 HP. Mm, Interesting. But anyway, it's time for me to stop doing that. Let's train some fire magic. I'm not gonna train it to 24. Probably gonna stop on 21, and after that I'll get 27 invocations for the title. Let's go ahead and kill Lomlobon, the Panlord that inspired my current mutation set. I don't have Passwall. There's no way I don't have Passwall. It's just that it's not here. Yep. There's no way that I don't have Passwall. Sif Muna gives you everything, every spell. So yeah, just to speed up the process of going over there. Completely unnecessary, but I still went for learning it anyway. You never know when Passwall is gonna save you. And because of that, there's some people that really always, every game, they get Passwall. It's not something that I do, since I don't really have the tradition of using it. Like, it's not something that I use quite frequently. But I should probably start using it to actually learn how to use it. There you are. Okay, we are gonna use Brilliance. I don't think I need to haste. I only have 4, I'm not gonna haste. This is gonna hurt, however. I think I have 3 pips of cold resistance. Would be nice if I had a bit of extra HP, however. Okay. That was one of the best and easiest clears of Lomlobon or fights against Lomlobon that I've ever had. That was so fast. No major healing from Lomlobon. You know what? I should stop. I really should stop being so surprised. I'm casting Chain Lightning at 100% power. Of course, it's gonna kill Lomlobon so easily and painlessly. Of course, it's gonna do it. Same is gonna go for like Firestorm when I am casting it later in the game. But yeah, I am fully confident that I'm gonna be able to do this fast enough that I won't really have time constraints, especially if I get set above right after Lomlobon. I was thinking about exiting, but I'm glad that I didn't. Um, yeah, hopefully the next one is Menoleg, so we can just be out of here. Oh, I still have to find the Demonic. That's kind of whack. The Demonic is the bane of my existence. Um, well, we're very close to just like nuking Serebov. Hello, Serebov. Can I pull you over the lava with attraction? Let's give that a try. I have never tried. It doesn't seem to be working very well. Yeah, it's not working. And I want you to be closer to me so I can hit you with maximum damage chain lightning. I'm gonna use brilliance as well so that I don't have the ooh. Is that Torment? Yeah, it was Torment plus Firestorm. That's why I lost half of my HP there. Rough. Gonna go for Channeling as well. Amazing. I took 15 damage from that. It was like nothing. You kill Cerebov. Alright. Very exciting fight against Cerebov. I started by getting Tormented and Firestorm. Like, it started like that. And I still stood there and killed Cerebov. It is something that, like, very few characters would be able to do that without actively being throwing the game. So yeah, it was a pretty nice thing to do. There we go. Got my fighty Rune of Sot. Let's see what we got here. Guardian Spirit is completely worthless to my character. Ring of Wizardry is not completely worthless since it does stack, but it is quite weak. It is weak enough that it is not worth a ring slot. It would probably just be better to be using +6 intelligence, which is what I am using right now. By the way, I should probably check if how good it would be to take off the +6 intelligence that I have. Yeah, like how much power would I really lose from doing that? Probably not a lot. I suspect that I am like way overkill with level 3 of augmentation and the elemental staff. So let's go ahead and do that. Remove the ring of intelligence momentarily. Let's take a look at this. 99% spell power on stuff, 92% spell power on Firestorm. So very clearly I don't need the extra intelligence, and it can be easily and safely removed without substantial loss of power. That opens up a ring slot for me to put on, I don't know, a ring of resistance to negative or so. Maybe the ring of the tortoise if I happen to stumble upon it. The good thing to know about. Of course, that also means that if I lose augmentation, I'm gonna lose a bit of more power, but it probably shouldn't really be something that I that I am concerned about, since I have so much power that, you know, power makes it so that you snowball quite a bit. You don't really have to worry about your defenses or resistances because you have enough power to just kill whatever is threatening you in like 1 or 2 turns. And that very much is the case for this character. Mm, I would like to find the rune very quickly, because monsters here are not that dangerous. Deba, goodbye Deba. The only angel that's actually like really messed up is Menas, and we already killed Menas. I killed him before I had Chain Lightning, which is the funniest thing. I was very afraid of Menas, but I got lucky. It was a combination of me getting lucky and me like doing the correct things, and it just got me the Menas kill. Man, this character is insanely strong. Normally, these kind of mutations would be the kind that like people would absolutely scum for, but I didn't really do that. I lost my robustness, but I also lost the horns, so it is definitely a fair trade-off. Horns is a bad mutation that for some reason is still in the good mutation slot. In my opinion, it should be extremely rare to be able to get like a body part mutation, since it's like straight up a bad thing that you don't want to have. Finding gateways leading out, but what I want is a rune. I don't want gateways leading out. I guess I'm gonna go downstairs. With my power level, I am not afraid of what the Abyss has to throw at me. I can go down to Abyss 5. You detect the Abyssal rune. It's very close, so I'm just gonna go ahead and grab it. Hmm. The rune, like I can just go in. Is this supposed to be dangerous or threatening? Because it really is not. For my character, I guess. I'm glad that I set the exclusion on attacking on my elemental staff, because otherwise you have already seen how much I've been accidentally stumbling upon monsters. Anyway, that's rune number 8. So the next thing to do is to go back to Pandemonium, get the last 2 runes from there. Then we go into maybe Tomb, maybe a Ziggurat. I think that given my power level, I can probably just go into Tomb and do that to get a bit of extra experience for the Ziggurat. I want to have a full collection of full spell power level 9 spells, in addition to, of course, my 27 invocations title with Sif Muna, since I've never had that one. Firestorm is already castable, though of course not the safest thing to do. Let's go ahead and find, let's say Dexterity. I was thinking of a Ring of Evasion or a Ring of Protection, but I think a Ring of Dexterity is probably the correct thing to get. Replace my Ring of Intelligence with this Ring of Dexterity for extra evasion. More chances of dodging a Crystal Spear. Yeah, I get a bit of evasion. It's not really that much, but it is fine. I get 3 evasion. Mm, but I'll stick with it. My spells, Firestorm goes to 24% chance to miscast, 95% power. It's fine. Everything else is at 100%. Let's go back to Pan. We still need 2 runes, as I mentioned. Demonic and Glowing. And there we go. We got Menoleg, so all that's left now is for me to find Demonic. Holy Pan is normally what I would go for, but like, there's definitely the disproportionate risk of going to a place with so much Holy Wrath damage, being vulnerable to Seth kind of damage. The Pearl Dragons are ridiculously dangerous for this character. Um, Playing a Demonspawn makes me appreciate that those guys don't spawn elsewhere in the game. Okay, not bad. I feel like I never run out of mana, by the way. Didn't even get the chance to prepare. That's a lot of damage from Chain Lightning miscast, unfortunate. How is Menelek being the scariest one? That's like a thing that never happens. Oath, but that's done. So yeah, I never really got like powered by death going during that fight. I don't know if you noticed. What would I do if I didn't get powered by death? On this character, I probably wouldn't have gone for extended. Powered by death just allows you to play absurdly recklessly and still be ridiculously tanky. Um, yeah, I am only doing extended because the kit to do extended kind of fell on my lap. That's pretty much how it is. If it was not for that, I wouldn't be doing extended. Let's get out of here. I already got my rune. Glowing Rune of Sot. I have 9 out of 15. Looking forward to the final one. Looking forward to the final one. The game will let me know when I am in a Panlord level, or in a Pan level that is guaranteed to have the rune, by the way, in case you're wondering why I'm not so thoroughly exploring them. That's a pretty good helmet with double willpower. My current helmet has See Invisible, but I like oh, is this Holy Pan? This is not Holy Pan, is it? Why are there apices then? It is Holy Pan. Huh. I didn't get a message when I entered this level. Or did I? Oh, the tension of great conflict fills the air. I did go into Holy Pan. Well, that's not very good, since the Pearl Dragon could, like, as much as I one-shot that Pearl Dragon, it could also one-shot me in retaliation. So it is kind of spooky. I guess I'm just gonna sit here and chain lightning a bunch of angels. You know, it would be significantly scarier to do this place if there was a monster that had like a holy rat spell. The closest to that is the Pearl Dragon with its Pearl Dragon Breath. That absolutely melts things that are affected by it, but there's like 3 Pearl Dragons in this place. There's very low amounts of Pearl Dragons for a reason. The Seraph. Let me stall out a bit to get back some mana. And there we go, easy Seraph kill. Took me 2 casts of 100% power chain lightning. Let's see what the loot in here is. By the way, this is the part of the level where the rune is. So to explore just like took me straight to the demonic rune very conveniently. Lots of randarts and cool items. Mana regen, finally mana regen. I am gonna put it on. Yeah, I value, like, I have powered by death, right? So it is, I have all the regen, but I kind of also have all the mana regen due to the other mutations that I got. But I still wanna put on the thing. Where's the exit? Okay, I think there used to be an exit in there, but not anymore. So I could do the rest of these, hope to find like some Brandar Tower shields, or I could just get out, because I am not going to really use a shield, I think. So I am just gonna get out. Like, the exit is right here, and I already have my rune. Yep, let's just get out. Who needs to do Holy Pan? Especially as a Demonspawn is just dangerous and reckless. Now, time to do Tomb. What gets melded when I do mummy form? Let's try that. Mummy form. I still have everything. I still have everything here, except for the ability to drink, but who cares about that? Yep, ready to do mummy form. I even get a bit of extra armor class, not bad. Mm, let's go do crypt. I don't even have to go for a full clear crypt, and nor do I think I would get a lot of value out of it. I guess I can just go do straight up tomb. Where does Massive Brain come from? Demonspawn mutation. The blue ones are Demonspawn mutations, and you cannot get it, or you cannot get them in any other way, nor you can lose them. Mm, well, I guess you cannot get them in any other way is like a bit misleading because some Demonspawn mutations, like Robust, you can get from other sources. Um, but yeah, in this occasion, the big brain mutation mm, replaces the scales mutation for the Demonspawn, which is, by the way, significantly more impactful than the scales mutation. But I just cannot help to think of a poor Demonspawn berserker that gets big brain and is like, what am I going to do with this? Like, this doesn't really do anything for me or my character. Fortunately, we are not that Demonspawn, so we can actually take advantage of having an absolutely gargantuan brain, and we have been doing that for quite a while. Um, oh man, Chain Lightning is a pretty good spell to run around casting from the quiver when you have it at 100% power, I suppose. But even without having it at 100% power, it should still do extremely well since it deals so much damage. Chain Lightning absolutely melts single targets. Yeah, especially if they're next to you. Look at that poor Curse Call. It got removed from existence. Mm, You know, I was thinking what I was going to eat after the stream, since I'm kind of starting to get hungry. But then I remember that I do have food. I have some beans and rice and tortillas that I can heat up, and I can just eat the most stereotypically Mexican thing ever. Um, but I like it. It's pretty tasty to eat that. Mm, I could certainly thrive in eating that for a short to mid-term period of time. Yeah, I feel like I wouldn't like to eat it for too long because it would eventually be ruined for me, and I definitely don't want that since I thoroughly enjoy eating beans and rice. But I probably could. Fortunately, I'm not in that situation. I can eat a variety of food. I can afford to eat a variety of food, is what I'm trying to say. This is so strong. I don't think I've cast a single spell that is not Chain Lightning here. And after this, I'm gonna go straight into Tomb. And then I'm gonna cast Mummy Form and everything will die. And the rune will be apported to my feet. And then I'll probably do a cigarette for also more tournament points. And then do hell. And then we are going to get out. I was hoping that it wouldn't take me like or more than 4 hours to do this on today's stream, but the rate at which we are going is blazingly fast. We're just not getting into the typical dangerous positions and situations that you would come to expect from extended just because my character I'm sorry, I'm gonna put it like this. Um, the character is already in a power level that you would associate with a character that would normally be doing Mega 6. That's how powerful this character is. And I am still in the process of getting my runes. Truly a magical character. And once again, I don't mean it because I am casting magic. It is just wonderful. The kind of character that you will very rarely get in this version of the game. Mm, all the characters in the tournament, all my wins have been very, very enjoyable wins. Yeah, I like it. Also, look at Powered by Death going crazy. I have 10 regen per turn. It's absurd. truly insane. Interesting amulets. The ring is lame, and the second ring is also rather lame. Mm. I mean, I would probably be very happy to see such items if I was doing a different character, but not for this one. We found Zephyr. I wonder if there's anything that I can drop in order to pick up Zephyr. I don't think I want the amulet. I think that I am better off with mana regen. If it had had mana regen instead of normal regen, I would have put it on, of course, since it's just a straight upgrade over what I'm using. Yeah, I don't care about the stealth. Straight upgrade. For practical purposes, it's just a vanilla amulet of mana regen, the one that I'm using. I think we're done here. Let's go into Tomb. How much mana am I regening per turn? 1 mana per turn. I have mana regen in the mutation slot, but I also have mana regen. Dude, look at this. Look at this character. This character sheet looks insane. It is actually crazy. Let me take a screenshot of it. I'm gonna put it on the Roguelikes Discord to share the joy. And I'm also gonna put it in my own Discord to preserve it for the future, since my own Discord is the slowest thing ever. I'm glad that I continued playing the tournament because it gave me the chance to play this character. And this has been a very, very enjoyable character so far. Mm. The ring ping. I say strength, -5 intelligence, 6 dexterity, stealth, -5 intelligence. Yeah, that could be tricky to use. It's a pretty min-maxy kind of ring. Um, Difficult to really get advantage of, but pretty good if you could get advantage of it, of course. If you don't care about intelligence, but you do care about strength and dexterity. I've had a couple of characters in this version that would be delighted to have access to such an item. Firestorm is looking pretty good. For practical purposes, Firestorm is already castable. So yeah, it's just that Chain Lightning is faster to use. Not gonna lie, Chain Lightning is faster to use, and it hits things more easily. Oh, I am not in Mummy form. Yeah, better be in Mummy form. Did I just get a double miscast of... Did I just get a double miscast of Chain Lightning? I did. Wow. At 4%, that's pretty rare. I mean, it's happened to me at 1%. Triple miscast at 1%, I think, has happened to me. But still a pretty rare occurrence. Especially since it happened 2 times in a row after a bunch of casts going flawlessly. Goodbye, Royal Mummy. Yep, 100% power spell, 100% spell power Chain Lightning. It does this kind of thing. If you ever wondered what it would be like to have 100% spell power level 9 spells in a normal like 15 rune run, because realistically you're never gonna get it in a 3 rune run, this is what that's like. It is very, very powerful. So powerful, in fact, that normally I would get Shattered to do this, but I don't need it. I straight up do not need it. Um, you always get these and not the gear to go with them. Yeah, pretty rough. I'm gonna read teleports just because Hobris can definitely end in demise, and it's probably for the best to avoid that kind of thing. Mm. Perhaps right before going downstairs, I should have drank a potion of haste and a potion of brilliance. Not really necessary, as you can see. Man, this is just something else of a character, something else. I didn't use mana regen from Sifmuna, I didn't use anything, and I am full HP, almost full mana, and I am done here. Like, I'm pretty much out of enemies. This is something else. Very, very ridiculous character. Upstairs and then the Rune are just the worst place in the game for you. Yeah, it's pretty nasty, pretty hostile place to go to, but it is not as bad as you would think with Mummy form, especially when you have 100% spell power chain lightning. Yeah, this is making the whole ordeal significantly less painful than you would think. Mm, this character. That's all I have to say. This character. I think that I could have done Norbron Tomb, not gonna lie. With the way that I've been so thoroughly destroying this, I could have easily done Norbron Tomb. Mm, yeah, I think this is my first time ever doing Tomb the intended way. Should have gone for Orbron Tomb. My bad. Um, but I also wanted the experience from this place, you know? Mm, since I wanted Farstorm before starting to do a cigarette. Does the cigarette ever end? It's 27 levels and then there's the exits, but you can go into another one after you clear the first one. It's like optional. Oh, I was getting absolutely dunked on by that Ushafti. Mm. Oh yeah, and every level gets larger and larger. You're gonna see me do it after this. I'm going to do it after this. Of course I'm gonna do it, since the character is just so ridiculous. This is the kind of character that could go for doing easily like 100 cigarettes. I just don't have the patience to do that kind of thing. Getting hurt quite a bit from these guys. That got kind of sketchy for a second. Mm. Okay, gonna walk away for a bit. Don't hit that. Thank you for not hitting that. And now I can just wait around the corner. Chain lightning this guy. This guy is resistant to electricity, in case you were wondering why they're not just immediately dying. Unfortunate. Yeah, that got kind of sketchy. Should probably start casting more Firestorm. What's the Firestorm button? F. Whenever they're far away, Firestorm is the way to go. But if they're close, Chain Lightning is better. Firestorm also like doesn't get resisted. So there's that. I miss having the extra range on Firestorm from Behemoth. Behemoth usually makes it so that you can Firestorm very consistently, pretty much every time, monsters that are outside of your line of sight. And with Sifmuna, that is not really the case. Anyway, we are done with the little ring. It's not really a ring, but you know, the mummies that are in here. So, time for the final part of this. Let me Firestorm this guy, because this guy can be nasty. You suddenly feel drained of magical energy. Well, that is a good enough reason to not do that. Oh, I went back up to all the way over here. That's fine. Kind of annoying that I have to go through the entirety of that journey. Oh, I should turn that off. Um, Yeah, the cigarette is gonna get me enough experience to get my title, and then after that I will be getting 27 um, fighting first and foremost, then my defenses, and after all of that, I would be getting 27 on my offensive skills, my offensive spells. Since I already have 100 spell power, I would only be getting that for the improved success rate. That's pretty much it. I think this is the downstairs to the final level. Okay, I'm gonna wait until that wears off. Full HP, full mana. We are going to be drinking mutation because why not? You're somewhat resistant to further mutation. That's not terrible. Pretty good. Um, haste? No haste. Brilliance. I think that's it. I don't think I need anything else really. The thing is that I have to pre-drink due to the fact that I am in mummy form, and in mummy form you cannot drink potions. Anyway, this is where the mayhem begins. Mm, Ignition would be nice, and I have access to ignition. I should learn it. Should have taken the time to do so before starting the fight. My bad. It shouldn't really be much of an issue, but for the cigarette, I am absolutely getting ignition before I go in. Big damage. Looking pretty good. Yep, pretty much at full HP. It's overkill, but I'm gonna do channel magic just so like I 100% guarantee that I'm not gonna run out of mana here, since such a thing would not be ideal. This is like doing a mummy cigarette, but easier. By the way, a big mummy cigarette level, but easier, since the layout is very favorable for the player when the player is spamming Firestorm. Pretty much all the monsters get funneled into that little position where they all get hit by Firestorm at the same time. Or run out of channel. It's not like it matters anyway. Think they should change Cigarette to not reward the area of effect spells as much? I don't particularly care. It's like super duper ultra mega late game content, so who really cares about it? The developers care much more about changing, shaking up, and influencing the early game, since that's what most players do, including myself, actually. Don't particularly care about extended or cigarettes, let alone mega cigarettes. One way that it could be done is like making layouts of cigarettes that are like very small, like really, really small, so you cannot use Firestorm, or like perma silence layouts. Would that be that would be a massive pain for people who like to do cigarettes, however, since there's the cigarette build is pretty much what I'm currently playing. Level 9 spells that hit the entirety of the screen and just like nuke everything regardless of resistances, and a lot of mana, of course. I got another Ring of Protection, or like another Manual of Dodging. That's pretty good. And a Ring of Intelligence. Pretty okay amulet, but I'm not gonna put it on. Oh yeah, let's also drop this helmet. Such a controversial game with its developers. You can do Sig Melee. No, you cannot really do Sig Melee. Like, in order for you to be able to do Sig Melee, you need to get really, really lucky with the way that the cigarette goes, like the layout and the monsters that you get. You can be doing melee cigarette and then just like stumble upon a level that's like only orbs of fire. That will be almost impossible if your best thing to do offense wise is just press staff. It's not gonna go well for you. So I would recommend strongly against trying to do such a thing. Um, But you can do whatever you want, of course. We're done with Tomb. Let's go do that cigarette that I've been talking about. I think there was the portal to the cigarette. I excluded it because there were leeches. Yeah, it was very nasty. But now I can do it easily. I lost a bit of strength from being there. Kind of annoying. Yeah, we're gonna get that 27 invocations before we get out of the cigarette. And after that, we're gonna be training a lot of dodging since we got a manual for that. Let me cast. No, mummy form is unnecessary. Mummy form will not be. Mummy form as a whole is something that I don't generally like run around with on the entirety of extended. Some people do, but I really don't like to do it since I consider it to be unnecessary and potentially dangerous. Alrighty. I like the title Pyromancer, but I am sure that I'm gonna like the title Genius of the Arcane a bit better. That's the title that you get for 6 pips of Piety Invocation Sif Muna. Genius of the Arcane. Pretty great title. First level is a joke, of course. Second level is a joke, of course. Third level is not a joke, actually. Those are some hell monsters. If I had gotten a level like that later, when there were more monsters, it would have been scary. So I'm glad that I got it early. Not that it matters. It doesn't particularly decrease the chances of me getting it later, but you know. Yeah, these few first levels of cigarettes are actually like a joke. They don't threaten the player in any way whatsoever. If the player is just powerful enough. Let me pick up scrolls of enchant armor. Unlike enchant weapon, I do care about enchant armor since I don't have that many of them, and I will feasibly want to use them. Do a lot of folks still play and play online? Yes. You used to play a lot like 8 to 10 years ago. Yeah, they still play. I am playing online right now. There's a tournament ongoing for the newest version of the game, 0.29. It's been a fun version. Well, not really. It's not been that fun. I've been suffering through this version more than enjoying it, since I feel like a lot of the things that I like to do when I play the game have been very thoroughly nerfed. But at least I can still get a win every now and then, as exemplified by this character. You may consider it to be like kinda cocky to say that I already won this character, but like really, you just saw me casually waltz through Tomb. It's not gonna die. Um, if there's any chance for this character to die, is here. It's here, and it's not gonna happen. I'm so confident with this character that I'm actually like gonna collect potions of experience. I'm not gonna drink them. Yeah, let me turn off auto pickup for those. Let's also drop these. I am not gonna put that on. Let's go to the next level. So far it's been only easy stuff. And there we go, some mummies. I forgot about Ignition, but this time I'm not gonna forget about it. Like after this level, I'm not gonna forget about it. Easy peasy. Let's learn that right now. Oh, come on. I hate that you cannot press enter for memorizing spells. It's really annoying. Minus Tele Tower Shield. I'm not using that. Really not using that. Let's continue. There's a ghost mod. Let me on mummy form, drink invisibility, mana regen for safety, and then mummy form again. Oh, it's orcs. What's the ignition button? It is that. Super easy. Ignition at 100% power, in case you were wondering, deals 3 dice of 25. Now, that may look underwhelming, but you have to keep in mind that Ignition also hits everything on the screen and deals multiple instances of damage depending on how many monsters are bunched up together. So sometimes it can deal 9 times 3 dice of 25 to a monster, which usually is enough to nuke monsters. Mm. Yes, from 3 to 75 to every monster on the screen. But it's a fireball, so monsters can get hit multiple times by the same thing. Alright, we got some hellish stuff. Let's go for ignition. Nah, ignition is not very good. Let's go for glide instead. Refrigeration would also be nice. By the way, 2 casts of that just like completely got rid of everything. Let me drop those things that we don't care about. And let's continue waltzing through the cigarettes. How many cigarettes do I have to do in order to get the banner for cigarette diving? Because I'm starting to consider it with how fast this character has been going. Yeah, it would kind of be a waste to just win such a strong character when I could instead go for more cigarettes. Kind of same reasoning why I was thinking about huh. I don't have a helmet on. I only just realized that I don't have a helmet on. Gonna have to go and pick up that helmet of See Invisible. I don't know at which point I lost it. I had it. I lost it when I got the horns, I suppose. Really need to replace it. In that case, let me pick up this helmet that we just dropped. Hello, you got your second win today, 4 runes. Congratulations, you're gonna push it to 5 next time. Thanks for the content. Tier 2 reached the 10th floor of the ziggurat. But there's like a banner for like I already have that and I will complete the ziggurat, but like I guess it's ziggurat diving. But that's like a category in the tournament. Do I care? I don't really care. Yeah, I am not gonna grind that many cigarettes. I'm just gonna do this one. I have decided. Mm. Yeah, the banner is escape the cigarette. I should have gone for or run tomb. Really, really should have done that. Mm. I should also win a Nem's choice combo. I still have enough time to get in another 3-rune win this tournament. Eternal 27. 6 are a push your luck mechanic, so it's great if you know when to call it quits. It depends. With a character like this one, it's not really push my luck. The worst case scenario is getting a Tartarus floor once you have already done a lot of 6 and be immediately silenced upon entering the level. That's like the worst case scenario, and you can easily get away with surviving such a thing by throwing javelins at whatever silencing. Something that I cannot really do, by the way, so I don't really want to do that. But anyway, with enough cigarettes, you're gonna have 27 in every skill, so you're gonna be able to throw javelins very, very hard. But I don't know. I have decided that I don't really want to do it. I just want to do one cigarette. Let's continue. This is going really well so far. Once I get out of here, I should absolutely go and put on a helmet of See Invisible. I don't know when I lost it. That's a pretty good mana regen amulet. Yeah, much better than the one that I had. Also a pretty okay ring. Do I care? No, not really. Okay. Alrighty, looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Do I have Death Store? Because I can probably cast Death Store. I do, and I can't cast Death Store, but I can Divine Exegesis for it if the need really arises. You've meleeed 6 up to around 24, but usually it gets too expensive on scrolls, probably half a dozen times. That's, yeah, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't gamble like that with the life of a character that I've been playing for that long. I just don't have enough patience for that kind of thing. Chain Lightning. Yeah, I was just thinking about what I was going to do against the Ghost mods, because there's Ghost mods here. Okay, not that difficult, very easy actually. 2 potions of experience, 3, yay! As I mentioned, I am gonna be hoarding potions of experience. I'm not gonna be drinking them. Okay, let's continue. Caustic Shrikes and Tormentors. This is an Iron City of this floor. Could be scary. I don't think it's gonna be that scary, but it could certainly be scary. This is a kind of level that would be ideal for a character with Shatter. In fact, if I was going to go for Mega 6, I would absolutely try to get Shatter because you can probably notice, but my HP dropped quite a bit there. Just because Chain Lightning is not the correct spell for dealing with monsters like these. They're extremely tanky and immune or highly resistant to electricity. The Iron Golems are immune, so killing them with Chain Lightning takes a while. Firestorm is probably a bit faster, maybe not that much. Okay, we got 27 invocations. So as I said, next thing is defenses, dodging. Armor doesn't really matter that much since I am using leather armor and I don't really care about replacing it. Okay, powered by that is just obscene as always, healing me to full. That's not a good amulet. Let's drop that. Yeah, I am surprised by how good this amulet of the Princeling is. I would have loved to have something like that for so long. Yeah, now even outside of mommy form, I have 3 pips of resistance to negative. It's great. You hate those dudes? They hurt too. The iron golems, they're pretty bad. They're pretty buff. They're insanely strong. But of course they're endgame monsters, so it is perfectly reasonable for them to be insanely strong. Okay, we got another orc level. Shouldn't be very difficult. Oof, Berserk Juggernaut is actually kind of spooky. Doesn't really seem to deal that much damage, however. There we go. Orc levels can be scary due to the existence of those Berserk Juggernauts. But it was fine. Spellbinder. When I did my Mega Sigrat, I did collect on Randards. I think I got almost all of them, and I got a full set of Rings of the Octopus King, which I won the game with. I was playing a Demonspawn, but I was carrying all of the Rings of the Octopus King, all 8 of them, and the Trident. It was pretty neat. When you're doing the sig with melee, it helps a lot to have the boots with Impenish Rampage for rooms like this. Yeah, 7 league boots, pretty strong item. Fawn, okay, this is a shows level. Not difficult at all. Run in, press the ignition button, rinse and repeat. Insanely strong. Didn't even run low on mana. Pick up the things. Okay, I don't think I care about picking up anything else there. Mummy form. I'm really wondering about that. About that helmet. When did I lose it and that kind of thing? Are these immune to fire? They're not immune to fire, so I can just eventually kill them if I do this long enough. Man, this is ridiculous. Actually absurd how this is working so well. Yeah, just look at that. I literally sat there and pressed the ignition button and everything died. Amazing. I should probably have ignition on the quiver instead of Firestorm. For the purposes of the cigarette, anyway. Only for the cigarette. Pretty okay, but I really don't care about such an item. So it can be left on the floor. I should probably also get rid of silence. Silence is not something that my character will ever want to have. Well, maybe if I'm running away from something, so it cannot cast at me, but cannot really use it against fiends, and we're mostly seeing demons. You know, not the greatest. Good old Spellbinder. Yeah, Spellbinder is a strong item. I've never really used it extensively, but I respect it. Strong item indeed. Very easy swamp level. Ring of Opiosum Bile. Okay, we are gonna drop that. It's very, very bad. Weakness to fire and weakness to cold makes it completely unusable. Let's continue. Got fiends, probably a Pandemonium level. Shouldn't be the end of the world. Shouldn't be that difficult. You are unable to access your magic because I got sap. Now, I also have minus potion because I'm in mommy form. Let me see if I can get rid of that by drinking a potion of cancellation, because otherwise that's nasty. I can, so I will go ahead and do that. And transformation, drink cancellation. And I no longer have sap, so I can just continue casting spells. Like a savage. Okay, I got affected by sap again, so I better do something that gets me a lot of value. Chain lightning is what I decided to go for. Alright, sap is definitely kind of spooky on a character that doesn't have anything other than very, very strong melee. Or very strong spell casting. The cigarette has some pretty okay items, but it is unfortunately items that we don't particularly care about. This ring is good. Man, this ring is really, really decent. But it came a bit too late. Yeah, we're pretty set on rings by now. There's definitely room for upgrade on my buckler. Need to get a helmet because for some reason I keep losing the helmet. I don't know what's happening there. Regardless, when I get out, I'm gonna pick up a better helmet. Better to have a helmet than no helmet at all. I mean, double sap equals sticky situation. Yeah, definitely. Let's continue. Throughout this cigarette, we have been gaining a lot of experience. Not only do we have experience level 27 on invocations, which was my original goal, but we're also well on our way to mastering dodging. We have 35 evasion. We also got a lot of dexterity gear. Man, this is a proper Mega Sig character now. Like, I could legit, you could see this character and think that I've already done like 15 cigarettes with how busted it is, but it's just that I got that lucky with my Demonspawn mutations. If you get the correct ones, you just have all the power. Great. I should just let that hit me, so it goes away. Mm. Alrighty, let's see what we got. Pretty much nothing. Let's go to the next level. Level 20 out of 21 out of 27. We got lame. Does it matter if I'm in mummy form here or not? Mummy form does give me a bit of extra um, armor class, but it really doesn't matter. Oh. Rework Ignacio spawn rate. Let's take a look at that. Rather than scaling with runes, just do a flat 10% per Pamphler in games where he spawns. Let people actually see the lad. I'm glad to see that, because it was always very painful to find Ignacio. In fact, I went into Pandemonium this time and I didn't find Ignacio. Ignacio is one of the rarest uniques in the game. I'm gonna drink Brilliance and Haste because this is actually kind of spooky. So well worth it, one of my very few potions of haste. So you know what's scary about this? None of my spells are good at dealing with situations like this. Like, I don't have Shatter yet. Shatter is the one that trivializes this. Firestorm can make it doable, but it's not that good. Yes, we got exactly that kind of monster lineup. Iron City of this. Pretty bad indeed. I'm gonna read a blinking. I should skip this. Let's see what kind of loot I would be leaving behind. Potion of experience for my collection, and potentially an armor upgrade since it's a leather armor, though unlikely that it will be better than what I have. Yeah, it's funny. A funny thing to say when I am using plus one leather armor. It's not a particularly special item, but it is exactly the item that suits my needs the best. So yeah. Mm. Okay, hopefully this is good enough for dealing with all of these guys. All of them are immune to fire, so this is painful. I don't gonna get them needed a bit or that much, so Firestorm definitely helps a lot in that front. Kind of losing ground a bit. The Iron Giant could also get over here me, and that would be really bad. It would force me to use another scroll blinking pretty much. Oh, I got a miscast? Unfortunate. Truly unfortunate. Kind of losing a lot of HP as well, but I have Powered by Death, so that should come back soon. I'm gonna go for Sifmuna channel since I'm running low on HP too, or like on mana. Yeah, the Iron Golems have finally caught up to me. I am going to just focus on killing the Hell Sentinels, since those guys are the ones that are the most threatening. The Iron Golems hit very hard in melee, but that's all they do. The Hell Sentinels, on the other hand, hit very hard in melee and are also capable of shooting Damnation at me. There we go. I can probably finish this off by casting Chain Lightning. Got another miscast of Firestorm. How much damage does it deal? 8 dice of 25? Yeah, that one I do know from memory from the last time that I did this. 8 dice of 25 Firestorm. It was not that terrible. Huh, the leather armor of the Iron City of this in an Iron City of this level. Very funny. Buckler of Reflection. We have a buckler, right? I think I took off the helmet and I dropped it when I wanted to pick up that buckler. Anyway, let us continue. We have 3 scrolls of enchant armor only. Bolts, cigarettes 22. I'm gonna go for mummy form here because it does give me slightly more armor class. I find it a bit insulting that I have 37 evasion and this Yoctor captain already hit me twice in a row. Yeah, that's the kind of thing that in my opinion shouldn't happen if you have 27 evasion or 37 evasion. Yeah, with 27 evasion it would be kind of reasonable for such a thing to happen. But with 37 I'm not so sure. Double Earth Strike, 39 damage, kinda nasty. Bolt doubles can get definitely dangerous, as you can see right here. I have powered by that, so it should be fine. I don't want to use Divine Exegesis. I want to use Channel, and then go for more Chain Lightning. Okay, Firestorm maybe? Alrighty. So the beginning did deal a lot of damage to me, but it was not really the end of the world. The amulet is disappointing. I thought that it was gonna be better than that. The Dark Mole, I'll pick that up for the collection. Okay, let's go to level 23. I've died in level 23 multiple times before. That was long before I started streaming, however. So I don't think it's gonna be an issue this time. Hey, look at that, we got a Lair level. Very easy. The scariest thing in a Lair level is the Caustic Strikes. Where's my ignition? Where did it go? I think I already passed it. Oh no, that was Ignite Poison. And yeah, here they are, the Caustic Strikes. They're cold and fire resistant, so just better to Chain Lightning them. Alrighty, not bad at all. Finally, the Ring of the Tortoise that I was thinking of putting on, but now I'm not so sure that I want. Yeah, it actually loses me so much evasion. It loses me 7 evasion for 8 armor class, and yeah, I think that I'm just better off with this instead of the Ring of the Tortoise. Maybe later, or maybe if I find Macabre Finger Necklace. Maybe Macabre Finger Necklace would be better than what I have, but probably not. Okay, let's continue. Level 24 out of 27. So even with the cigarette time, like I am way ahead of the schedule. I thought that doing the entirety of Pandemonium was gonna take me like 2 hours, since it can sometimes get really nasty. But I vastly underestimated how absurdly powerful this character is. Battle Axe of Speed. Pretty high quality item. Pretty good item, alright. I don't care about that. It would be funny if I had a Touch of Death-like spell, but no such thing exists in Crawl anymore. The closest thing to that was Absolute Zero, and Absolute Zero got reworked into being MCC, which is not instant. Mm. Chain Lightning, I suppose, could be considered that. It's very difficult for a monster to survive it, after all. About to get to 27 dodging. I'm gonna turn on Fighting in anticipation. Cigarette 25 Elves, interesting. The dancing weapons probably are not gonna be as much of a pain as they were when I first went into Elf. By the way, this character did Elf before doing Lair Branches. Um, it is always something that results in ridiculously powerful characters for some reason. Mm. I love having characters that can do that, going into Elf before going into Lair Branches. Pretty easy to kill these guys then, pretty easy to kill them now. Mm. A bit surprised about the fact that I have not found any resistance shields or anything. Yeah, that +9 chainmail could be interesting, but I am going to pass. Like, I should probably not mess with my body armor. Like, I feel like if I touch that, I'm just gonna lose everything, and I'm going to suddenly explode from something that was not really a threat before the change. So it's probably for the best that I don't mess with it. Cigarette 26, it's a crypt level, which means revenants, which means this is actually a pretty bad level now that I think about it. Because I want to not be undead because of the revenants and their dispel undead, but also there's curses, schools, and torment and heavy drain, so there is definitely an incentive to be undead here. It's incredible to be able to press ignition and just have everything die. Few monsters can survive 6 dice of 25 damage, fire damage, let alone more than that, which is perfectly feasible. Manual of Access, but I don't particularly care. Pretty good plate armor. Once again, I don't particularly care. Singing Sword, I'll pick that up. Or do I want to pick it up? It's not even that cool. Yeah, I'm not gonna pick it up. I wish I had dropped the Sword of Cerebov before coming in here. We are fine. Let me recast this. Go into the final one. And we get Swamp. This is a Swamp layout, in case you are wondering. And you might say, how do you know it's Swamp if there's only Golden Dragons, Death Drakes, and Tentacled Monstrosities? Well, this is what would generate if Swamp was like an endgame branch. This would be normal monsters in there. But it's not, so yeah. There we go. Pretty easy monsters to kill. And oh yeah, I want this Helmet of the Invisible. Let me drop something for it. I think we can never pick up Wands of Flame again. Many golden dragons. Put this on, enchant it. There we go. Back to 27 armor class. A pretty good ring. 2 intelligence, 6 dexterity, double willpower. What's my current ring layout? I don't need the double willpower. Yeah, like the leather armor is just so hard to get rid of. And I don't particularly care. Like armor class is the least of my concerns with these characters, since I already got to the point where like things don't hit me, and since they cannot hit me, they cannot really check my armor class. Anyway, did I already pick up the figurine? I think I did. I must be carrying two figurines of a ziggurat. So this says that um, made of some strange material shaped like a stepped pyramid. Remarkably detailed, almost like a real vast structure shrunk somehow smaller than a human hand. Um, let's go ahead and get out of here. Having completed and conquered a cigarette, thought will haunt you nevermore. Sweet. Now the only thing left to do is to go to hell. Welcome to the vestibule of hell. Please enjoy your stay, the game says. Welcome to hell. Please enjoy your stay. I will. And I will also put chain lightning on the quiver because chain lightning is the correct tool for this. Yeah, cigarette complete. That is one more banner for the tournament and a ranking on the cigarette divers category. Um, on previous tournaments, I would have tried to go for Lord of Darkness 3, but last tournament I almost had it, and then I lost it to the fact that I had minus a scroll. I got minus a scroll towards the end, and that killed me in SOT due to the constant attrition that is Lord of Darkness 3. Mm, I could have gone for more on this character, however. I could have done Orbron Tomb, which is something that I've never done. Mm, okay, let's go out here with this Iron Golem. Should I get Crystal Spear for this kind of monsters? Maybe I should. Like, Crystal Spear is a pretty good solution to these guys. I just need to get a bit of Earth Magic. I'll do that later, once I get 27 fighting. I don't think we got Murray. Herion was obviously something extremely unremarkable, as is almost always the case. Herion is not really that dangerous of a monster. If you find you're having issues versus Herion, it's because your character is not that powerful of a character. It may not be a bad character, but it's probably a character that's not ready to go do extended. I sometimes can encounter issues with Herion myself whenever I go in here, like vastly under leveled. There was a time where I used to like do the vestibule of hell every time. Nowadays, I think that's a bit too dangerous due to the existence of the new hell monsters. Also, I think the spawns in the vestibule of hell are just like really scary sometimes. So I don't really do that often anymore. But I should probably do it more frequently. Okay. Being pulled towards an Iron Giant is actually a bit of a blessing in disguise. It may seem like a bad thing, but in reality it's not so terrible. Okay, we're beginning with the easiest one, which is Jenna, and then we're going to go do Tartarus, Cocytus, and the Iron City of this for the last, since I consider that to be the hardest for this character, since I didn't really get refrigeration, or like since I didn't really get Shatter. If I was to get Shatter, I would do that, but it's not looking like I'm gonna get it. So minus a scroll. Also, hell effects apply upon entering the level now. Every time you enter the level in the current version's hell, you are gonna get affected by a hell effect, and then the hell effects will no longer bother you in that level until you leave it. If you leave then come back, then leave then come back, you're just gonna drain yourself to death. So the correct thing to do is to like sit here and eat all the hell effect and just kind of deal with it. There we go. We found the downstairs very quickly because I like how the hells are so short now. There's actually incentive to clear them in its entirety now. Or well, I guess not so incentive, but like you're not so thoroughly punished by getting unlucky and not finding the exit. That's what I'm saying. I wonder why Stokers work like that. Like, I understand that having a monster with Firestorm is kinda probably really busted. Like a common monster with Firestorm, but Stoke Flames is kind of like a really weak ability. Adds malice to hellish fires, binding it with flame into a creeping inferno. So it creates a monster called a creeping inferno that that when it dies it firestorms the spot where it was, but it creates it very close to where it is. So like the player can just easily kill the creeping inferno, especially a player doing extended, right? So it just doesn't work. I don't think I've ever gotten hit by a firestorm from those guys. It is that bad. Um, I have to say that the fire vortices are annoying. They don't really threaten you. I know they're like flavor, but like they prevent auto explore, which makes them suck. Um, Normally they die due to crossfire because of Osokubu's refrigeration, but I didn't get refrigeration, nor I think I will. I could only just like divert a small amount of experience towards getting it, but I didn't feel like it. Um, okay, level 6. Very close to level 7. Very, very close. I can almost taste it. Something that I am not a fan of when it comes to those fart vortices is that I could try casting Chain Lightning, and Chain Lightning is gonna ignore them, which normally is not really an issue, but it kind of is when they're like stopping you from auto-exploring, but still like you cannot target them with attacks. That's very, very annoying. Mm, okay, final level. I know this bolt. If I flew over here and shattered, maybe I should do that with Divine Exegesis. It's gonna be probably a very unwise thing to do, but I'm gonna do it regardless. Um, Divine Exegesis for shatter. Didn't really achieve anything. Let's do it again. Divine Exegesis for shatter. Wow, it's not doing very well. Oh, never mind. There we go. We broke through. Fortunately, it was only um, a one tile thick wall, so we can just waltz in and find Asmodeus. Asmodeus, come out to play. The last secrets of secret knowledge, and it has Enfeeble and Summon Hydra. From the last secrets of secret knowledge, I would expect multiple level 9 spells. Regardless, let's continue. The Serpent of Hell. That's an interesting find so early into my foray into Hell. Mm, Regardless, it dies very easily. Do you know that the Serpent of Hell hits you with 3 breath attacks whenever it does decide to attack you with its breath weapon? It makes it one of the most dangerous monsters in the entirety of the game in terms of chances of just blowing you up out of nowhere. Pretty scary, dude. Each volume of Secret Knowledge is only $29.95, but if you act now, we'll throw in a bonus surprise. Okay, I have no idea where Asmodeus is. And if you're wondering about why I don't just read magic mapping, you cannot really do that here. I am going to get Earth Magic. I'm actually gonna get Earth Magic to see if I can get Shatter by the time I have to do um, the Iron City of this. It would be great if I could do the Iron City of this with Shatter. Hello, Asmodeus. Let me drink a potion of brilliance to ensure that I am not gonna run out of mana. Though that hasn't really been happening to this character. This character is kind of immune to that. Asmodeus died to 5 chain lightnings and I mastered fighting. Let me drop something so I can carry the staff of Asmodeus. We can probably drop silence. I'm glad that runes no longer take up inventory space. Most of you probably have never played a version where runes take up inventory space, but that used to be a thing once upon a time, and it was as annoying as you imagine it to be. It was not a pleasant thing. Mm. My first extended win had 20 runes in my inventory. I remember walking through Pandemonium and just like carrying demonic runes um, and like carrying them to D1 and leaving them there in the stairs so I could just pick them up on my way out. Um, was a pretty funny thing, I suppose. Anyway, that's one down, three more to go, and three runes left too. Mm, shouldn't really be very difficult. Glad that I did this because like that skipped me a sizable amount of the level, as you can see. Mm, Potion of flight. By the way, I'm probably gonna need some flight property um, for doing um, for doing Coquitus. Let me take a look real quick at the tournament page, like the banners. Isn't there a banner for doing the hells without leaving? Heal four unique Panlords, all four unique Hell Lords, and the Serpent of Hell over the course of the tournament. Well, I'm getting that in this um, specific run. Also, exit a cigarette from its lower floor. I'm getting. Um, Not getting collect the orb within 270 turns of entering SOT 5. Definitely not getting that one. Mm, Going with three different gods and invocations as your highest skill. I think that I have one. This would be the second, I think. I'm not sure. Let me take a look real quick. Barakian Barricade, Sorcerer, Human Blade. So I have zero actually. Well, that sucks. Well, I guess I have one now. This counts as one because I'm not killing this character. Let us continue. Tartarus is next. Tartarus helps your willpower. Also features monsters that can exploit that weakness. Fortunately, it's not in the messed up way that you would think it would be by banishment and paralysis. No, it has monsters that can pull you towards them, like mesmerize, which is nice. I prefer mesmerize. Probably should be running around in mummy form, actually. Mm. I'm gonna go ahead and memorize Shatter. If I memorize Shatter, I won't be able to use it from. I guess it's okay that I won't be able to use it from Divine Exegesis. It's weird to see a spell that I have 100% chance to fail after, like, running around with Chain Lightning on my quiver for so long. I have to say that Firestorm hasn't really been the MVP here. It's not been as powerful as you would think it would be. Yeah, I was just waiting for a Tsitsi Metal to generate because the Bone Dragon is kind of a joke and it's not really worth my mana. But a Tsitsi Metal absolutely is, so I would like to not be caught with my pants down with 3 mana and a Tsitsi Metal next to me in Mommy form, since those guys have this spell on that. Hold on, give me a second. I need to attend to something real quick. It's not gonna take me more than a second. Alright, let's continue. I already took care of that. Where's the downstairs anyway? I've explored a non-zero amount of this level. Lots of doors. Did you see where the downstairs were? They were like right next to the entrance, but I just didn't see them because I didn't open those doors. That's unfortunate. Quite unfortunate indeed. Anyway, as I was saying regarding Firestorm, it's not like it wasn't that great for this specific character, but I was going to get Farstorm regardless. Because I wanted Ignition, so might as well just get Farstorm. Normally, you would like not do that, because of the hefty investment in conjurations required to do it, required to get Farstorm. But I already had conjurations because I had Chain Lightning, so that's why I ended up getting Farstorm, even if it wasn't the most impactful thing. It was still impactful, so I do not regret getting it that much anyway. Finally, the final level of Tartarus. Okay, for the final level of Tartarus, of course, we want to use magic mapping, of which we have 12 of. Oof. You want to know where the rune is? The rune is here, and I think Ereshkigal is here. Is that how it is? Oh, I think it is like that. No, no, the rune is here and Ereshkigal is here. The rune is right here. In order to ninja this rune, I need to step here and cast Shatter here. I don't like this kind of layout. They used to be significantly worse back in the day when it was very, very painful to run around in hell or to take a lot of time in hell when multiple instances of the hell effects were inflicted upon you. Fortunately, we have evolved beyond such limitations, so yeah, it's fine now. I'm running into a dead end. This is a labyrinth, but it's not such a claustrophobic labyrinth. It's a labyrinth without giving you the advantage of it, of like of choke points. Pretty nasty design. At least it's not full of monsters, so it's not that terrible. Let me get back a bit of mana by walking away for a second. This is so busted. Like, this mutation set is incredibly strong for the purposes of what I'm doing. When I got Big Brain, I was not expecting it to like turn into this. This spellcaster just like became obscenely powerful throughout the course of the game. By the way, thanks to Mummy Form, I have 3 pips of willpower when I do this. Not? I thought that Mummy Form gave willpower. I was pretty sure that it did. I thought that it gave 1 pip of willpower, but it doesn't seem to be the case. Anyway, we are almost there at Ereshkigal's, or the rune's place. The banner requires me to kill Ereshkigal, which I will do since I don't anticipate it being very, very difficult. I don't think that I'm gonna be able to shatter here. Yeah, this is a place where I have to shatter. I don't think I can. Come on, I have 45 intelligence. I should be able to do it. 97% chance to miscast Shatter, Divine Exegesis. It is here. It is here. Alright, let's do that then. Right, the rune is within line of sight. Bone Rune of Sot. The Bone Zone. Let me just join that. There we go. I got the rune. Now I have 13 out of 15 runes. Let me cast Mummy Form. I miscast Mummy Form. That's not good. This is kind of spooky, not gonna lie. Okay, we are kind of okay, but still pretty scary regardless. Do remind yourselves that when I started doing extended, I had like garbage defenses. Now I have pretty respectable defenses for the end game. 2741 is definitely pretty good indeed. Especially coupled with the ridiculous amounts of regen that this character has access to. But yeah, took quite a while to get there, and it wasn't really that much of a necessity. Anyway, Ereshkigal, Queen of Tartarus, comes into view. I should have hasted before this. If she silences me, we are in some serious trouble. I hope that I can just kill her with 1 or 2 chain lightnings. or that she doesn't notice me. There, perfect. She didn't notice me, so I can just sit here and go ahead and then transformation, get myself brilliance and haste. Yeah, worth it to use haste. This game we didn't really get that many hastes. We got more blinkings, and this is like after a cigarette I have 12 blink and 4 haste. Crazy, right? Mommy form. Does she have Dispel on Death? I actually have no idea if Ereshkigal has Dispel on Death. She has Silence and Paralyze, which is pretty messed up, especially since this place halves your willpower, but she doesn't have Dispel on Death at least. I got a miscast on Firestorm. Tragic. Yeah, I used Firestorm there to block my line of fire to prevent her from hitting me with the silence or with the paralysis. Silence was always a possibility, but that's why I was hasted. I wanted to maximize my damage output before she cast silence. She didn't go for major healing, so that went extremely well. Pretty good clear of Ereshkigal, so that's 2 down, 2 more to go, and then after that we are done with this character. Great. Tomorrow is Saturday. I am going to go outside because it's like the pre-inauguration of my friend's business. Like his place is finally gonna open. Yeah, he was operating through um, online resources like social networks, selling magic like that. But he finally opened up a place, which is absolutely wonderful. The business model originally was not going to include having a local, but early on in the business like existence, I suppose, I told him that he should really get like a place for the business. And at first he was reluctant, but then he kind of realized that he did need a place, and it took quite a while, but he finally got there, and it's about to open up formally to the public. Mm, so yeah, I am very happy to see that, especially since it also benefits me. Mm. Going into the Iron City of this, I cannot drink potions, so this might be a pain. Especially the final level. The final level no longer requires flying, but flying makes it significantly less painful. And now I can also get away with randomly blinking and like trying to get to where I want to be with flying, but yeah. And the alternative is like getting a ring of flight, and I don't really want to get a ring of flight, especially not since I already went in. So let's see how it goes. The first couple of levels, like Hot Hells got seriously, or like Hells got reworked in the Hot Hells version, which was I think 0.28. I don't remember exactly which version it was. It was quite a while ago, since it was like one of the very first changes of the version where the change was enacted. If it was 0.28, it was already pretty much a year ago. I remember trying it on release, and it was so ridiculously difficult. Um, stats stat zero was like a common thing. Um, Fortunately, that is not no longer the case, but it's still a pretty difficult endeavor to do this. And the fact that I have really not run into any kind of difficulty doing it is just like further evidence of the power of this character. It is something else. Mm. I hope that you all have a nice weekend, by the way. I know that I am going to have a good weekend, especially if we leave with a win. Koki to 7. I skipped that level with Caustic Strike or with Short Strikes, not because they were particularly scary to me, but because like the exit was right there, so might as well just do that. If the exit is right in front of you, there's no reason not to take it. Okay. I do have access to magic mapping here, so let's use it. That looks disgusting. Something makes me think that the rune is here. Something. I wish I had a way to fly through. It would make this significantly less painful. I am almost 100% sure of that. I think that I could get Ice Form. Ice Form can float through water, if I remember correctly, instead of flight. You know, it's kind of funny that Ice Form has that property. If it still does anyway, I don't really remember since I don't use that spell, but the flight spell was removed because in practice, like something that kind of partially fulfills the role that the flight spell used to fulfill is still in the game, is what I'm trying to say. Shatter is at 43%. We're kind of getting there. I'm starting to think that the rune is not here. Yikes. Oh, the rune is in one of these two. And if I had Shatter, I could have just dug through here and skipped a sizable amount of these. Well, this is a new layout to me. Probably new layout to this version. So that's why I didn't know. Well, anyway, let's continue with our wonderful journey through the freezing wastes of Cocytus. Normally Hells and Crawl are actually like pretty nightmarish and hellish because they're actually super difficult, but this is just the kind of character that trivializes everything in the game. As I mentioned earlier, the kind of character that would be easily capable of doing Mega Sig. Yeah. The issue with the character here is the pilot. So what I'm trying to say is that I don't have the patience to do that personally. And even if I did, I don't think I have the time to do it. Okay, this is where the Rune and Cocytus, or like Antaeus, sorry, Antaeus would be. But there's no Antaeus here. There's 4 Titans and an Ice Fiend. A much more welcome sight than the traditional rooms full of Ice Fiends that we have all come to know and love in Cocytus. I don't think I care about the properties that this gives me compared to the properties that this gives me. 9 intelligence. No, I don't care about 9 intelligence. Like, why am I even valuing intelligence that highly? I already have 100% spell power. The only point of intelligence is getting you to higher spell power and success rates, and like as we can see, that's not really an issue with this character. Anyway, it seems that we're gonna go for a maximum length Cocytus. Fortunately, I think that I can go through here instead of having to go uh, through like that serpentine path right here. I am glad that I don't have to do that I just showed with the cursor. So my lighter is kind of failing in my room, the one that I installed myself, so I have to replace it. I'm probably gonna do that over the weekend. I've been kind of postponing it because I have to like turn the switch down because it's just like the correct thing to do when you're working with electricity. If you value your life, make sure that the electricity cannot hurt you. Not doing so could literally kill you, and doing so saves you quite a bit of time, or like doesn't even save you quite a lot of time to prevent yourself from dying. So I don't know. Um, I find it pretty funny that some people are like very careless with electricity. Even people that should know better are very careless with electricity. As for myself, yeah, I don't know the risks of electricity firsthand, but I do know about them, so I always respect electricity. Was something that I very vividly came to know from middle school. I took the electricity class in middle school, It was an optional class, and that's how I learned a bit about electricity. Oh, by the way, I probably shouldn't be next to Antios. Yeah, Antios hit me for 70, so it's probably for the best that I prevent that. Also, Antios is weak to fire, so I'm just gonna be casting Firestorm here instead of casting Chain Lightning. Probably gonna be the easiest and fastest way to kill Antios. Can I make you teleport away? Out of curiosity. Ha ha ha! Antios disappears. Well, that's fine because he did hit me for 70, so I'd rather grab the rune and regen to full resources, full HP and mana before fighting. I wanted to step on it myself, but I decided to take a gamble and try to make Antios step on it. And if it had not worked, I would have stepped on it myself. Um, Anyway, now finding Antaeus might be a bit of an issue, except for the fact that he is always gonna try to run towards his bolt. So I figured that I was gonna stumble upon him somewhere around here. It's going very well. Jeez. Wow, that was domination of Antaeus. Antaeus is the monster with the most HP in the game, by the way, in case you were not aware of that. The fact that it took like 4 or 5, well, it was more like 5 or 6 Firestorms, since he was very clearly not at full HP. In order to kill him was a wonderful feat. 12% chance to cast or to miscast Shatter. Perfectly castable for the final part of the game, the Iron City of this. This part gives you 8 corrosion permanently, so it might be in my best interests to put on the Ring of the Tortoise. 29, 35, 35, 35. That seems pretty good to me. Look at that, it's giving me a freebie. Oh, I just noticed something. If you rush through, like go straight down, the hell effects will accumulate, and you will probably end with quite a bit of stat drain. That was probably the reason why the change was enacted in the first place. Like the change to hell effects to incentivize people to not just go straight down. Very smart. An elegant design. I can appreciate that. It took me a while to notice, but now that I have noticed, it's actually pretty good idea. I'm still gonna go straight down because my character can definitely afford to do such a thing. But on weaker characters, I would anticipate that to be an issue. Um, Man, having Shatter accessible for this place is great. Yeah, now I can actually kill iron golems and that kind of thing. So Shatter is not very good for the caustic strikes, but I have chain lightning for them. Yeah, Shatter and chain lightning have pretty good coverage in the same way that polar vortex and firestorm also do have pretty good coverage. There we go. These 5 out of 7. Hey, look at that, nice teleport trap. Yank towards some nearby monsters, and they are the monsters that I have already seen. And we got an exit right there. Also a double miscast of Shatter. I am going to rest to full resources here. Gonna get a mana regen. Getting kind of spooky, not gonna lie, especially for especially like taking into account the fact that I don't have a lot of a lot of powered by death stacked up. Hmm. This could be spooky, but I think this is not the end of the world. I think that I can easily survive this, unless that hurts me. It only dealt 26, it's not the end of the world. There we go. Gonna rest to full HP for a second. I would like to see more caustic strikes. Yeah, caustic strikes are super easy to kill for my character, and they don't really pose as much of a threat as other things. But it seems that we're all out of them. It's perfectly fine. Let's cast this and go down into this 6. We have an escape hatch. That's great. Also, throughout the course of this, Shatter went down to 4%, which is wonderful. Yeah, we entered here and Shatter was at 16%. Now it's at 4%. The downstairs were very close. Okay, you feel like you've forgotten something very important. You feel clumsy. It's only 1 point. 1 stat in dexterity. Doesn't really matter. Magic mapping. The rune is somewhere around here. The Spater is guarding it in there. That's exactly how it is. I am going to go over here and just shatter. That's the correct thing to do, I think. Shatter just destroys this place super hard. A vast amount of monsters here are brittle, so they take nuclear damage from Shatter. Hell Sentinels, most noticeably, are not brittle. I've never one-shot a Hell Sentinel with Shatter, and if there was an occasion for me to one-shot a Hell Sentinel with Shatter, it would be this one, taking into account that I have 100% spell power on Shatter. But it hasn't happened, and it won't happen, because Hell Sentinels are not brittle. I think I killed one from full HP. Was it at full HP? I am not 100% sure. This one is, just for the sake of comparison. And yeah, it didn't die from full HP because they're not brittle. A Shatter at full 100% power deals 3 dice of 71, in case you were wondering. Okay, I'm gonna turn off Earth Magic, gonna turn on Spellcasting, because spellcasting gives me mana. So despite the fact that Hell Sentinels are not brittle, they still take a lot of damage from Shatter. Yeah, pretty good. I think Shatter kills them better than Chain Lightning. So in case you're wondering about what I mean by brittle, I mean that certain monsters can or have like a property that's called brittle, where like they are vulnerable to LRD, and like you can LRD them directly, and that kind of thing. Those monsters are especially affected by Shatter. They take like double damage, I think. Especially effective against those made from ice, bone, or any wall-like substance, such as rock, metal, or crystal. Those are brittle monsters, and I don't think that Hell Sentinels fit into that category. I wonder how much damage this deals. 27 or like 100% power airstrike. It's not 100% power. Oh, it's not because I don't have augmentation, because I took a lot of damage there. Okay, that explains why it's not 100% power. For a second, I got pretty scared. Yeah, now it is 100% power. 2 dice of 15 to 31. It's pretty inconsistent damage. I mean, versatile damage, but inconsistent at the end of the day. Okay, let's continue. What's the shatter button? Quiver is the shatter button. Don't mind me, I'm just walking around, shattering things. Did I one-shot that Hell Sentinel? I have no idea. I think I did. Well, that's pretty nice. This one is not at full HP. Yeah, monsters sometimes take damage from Shatter even if they are not within my line of sight whenever I'm casting it. I think that I'm about to fight this Pater, so I am going to show respect, drink Haste, and drink Brilliance. Brilliance is mostly for the mana cost reduction. I don't care about the extra spell power, obviously. The Spater has all the armor class, a lot of HP, very resistant, so very difficult to kill traditionally. Chain Lightning seems to get the job done. I wanted to see if Chain Lightning would, and it certainly does. You have identified the last amulet. Alright. Staff of Despater. Do I have... Oh, my last amulet identified was the Amulet of Mana Regen. The amulet that I've been wanting for the entirety of the game. I find that to be pretty funny. Anyway, I guess we are going to drop something here so I can carry this Staff of Despater as proof of my overwhelming victory. Mind Burst can go away. Hello, Prince Cosmo. You arrived just in time to see me finish this character. Fortunately, it only took me 2 streams. It's just that the character is that powerful. There we go. You have collected all the runes. Now go and win. And since I've already done SOT 5, all that's left for me to do is literally pick up the orb and get out. Yep, we're done with the 15. I just picked up the 15th rune. Yeah, and it's pretty good because, as I mentioned earlier, in the stream, I am getting kind of hungry and I want to go eat my beans and rice with some tortillas. The most Mexican thing to eat. Genius of the Arcane. Yeah, that's 27 Invocations, Sif Muna title. Genius of the Arcane. You can see it right there. I've never won with that title. Brand new one for me, but pretty cool one. So yeah, let's go find the Orph. This character was absolutely bonkers. I hope that everyone who watches this enjoys it as much as I do, or at the very least enjoys it, because I definitely did enjoy playing this quite a bit. I wish that more characters in this version were like that, but this is more the exception than the rule. I'm getting some pretty bad teleports there. Not that it matters, of course, since I am an absolute juggernaut of a character. I could just kill everyone that appears, prevents me from leaving. I killed all Panlords and all Hell Lords, so we really shouldn't have any issues on the way back up. Oh, this guy has silence. That's actually scary. Whew, pretty spooky, fella. I will blink away from that because that's actually kind of scary. I don't have any kind of offensive ability whatsoever if we take my magic away. Swiftness and haste. And then let's run for my life. Pass wall, because I can. Oh, look at that. Very convenient. The 11. That was a very, very quick trip towards, or like through the depths. Let's take a look at my... Yeah, my mutations are fine. This is the kind of character that could have gone for a Mega Sig. Like, I think K9 with this mutation set could have gone for legit, not even exaggerating, like 100 cigarettes, because that's the kind of thing that K9 does. But I don't have the patience for that kind of thing. Goodbye, Kaleth. Died like it was nothing. Oh, Grinder is here. I guess the time has come to enact my furious, unyielding revenge on Grinder. Grinder, come out to play. I like how Grinder looks easy but doesn't look harmless, even though I'm experienced level 27. That's the kind of trauma that Grinder inflicts upon crawl characters. That even with a literal like goth tier character, Grinder still looks scary and dangerous. Well, not quite scary and dangerous, but easy, not absolutely harmless. Wizard Ike, thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. You arrive just in time to see me finish this character. Unfortunately, I already got my 15 runes. I'm standing on the stairs on D1. Let me inscribe something else with like yeah, bat. Um, what else should we inscribe? Maybe the figurines, making allusion to my. Yeah, not a mega sick character, but it definitely had all that it needed to go do infinite amounts of cigarettes. I think this might be the first time that I do extended without having refrigeration. Um, And also the first time that I do Tomb the proper way, I just destroyed everything in Tomb. This was such a strong character. Crazy. Like, you're not gonna see this very frequently. This kind of thing that you're seeing on the screen right now is very, very hard to acquire on a normal playthrough. And the funny thing about this is that this character kinda stumbled upon it. I didn't really plan towards it, and the game just gave me the elemental staff, so sure, I'll take it. Let's go ahead and win this. There it is. 15 runes. 11th place. It took me 83,000 turns. This is probably the Demonspawn Elementalist high score. Bit below 20,000, unfortunately. I wonder if there was a way for me to optimize on that and get the, or 20,000, 20 million. A bit below 20 million, 18 million. 20 million would have been great because there's a banner for getting 20 million as a high score, and I am not getting that. I'm definitely not getting that this tournament. Because in order to get that, I would have to do pretty much the same thing, but faster turn count wise, and I am not doing that. But I probably got still a species or background high score that was previously of at least 10 million points. I probably got that one. Personal high score of 27 million. Oh, I thought it was 20. In that case, it's fine. I was not gonna get that anyway. 27 million requires a speed running dedication, which I do not have. In this one, I got Descending to Madness 3, Angel of Justice 3. I got I got I got Gelatinous Body 3, wing with 5 different species and 5 different backgrounds. That's nice. That was not intentional. I could have gotten Nature's Ally 3, which is Orbron Tomb, but I decided to go against it because I wanted the experience from Tomb. Mm, I also got Explorer 3 because I got all the runes. Collect all 17 runes. That's something that I achieved with this character. So lots of banners in this 15 rune run. Lots of efficiency. Not common to see 15 rune Sifmuna characters. And yeah, it's obviously gonna go to YouTube. I put all my winner characters from tournaments on YouTube, unless I had a very bad time. Um, and with this one, I certainly did not have a very bad time. In fact, it was the opposite. It was a pleasure to play this character, and I will remember it fondly. Yeah, Vinestalker second place. Probably the region had something to do with that. Of course, the first place, fifth place, Bob and Alice, Meteor and Venom Mage. Meteoran is just insane. But it's not something for me, but it is pretty strong. Anyway, 6 hours and 52 minutes. Much faster than I thought it was going to be. Mm, I will maybe come back tomorrow. There's no guarantee, since after all, I'm gonna go outside and like meet a friend, and I'm gonna come back late at home. But I do want to get one more win in the tournament. Um, I want to. There was something that I wanted to do that I wasn't able to do. Not Lord of Darkness. I kinda like didn't even try to do this tournament because I knew that I was only gonna end in failure inevitably. Um, hmm. There was something else that I wanted to do. Oh, win a NEM's choice combo. That's what I want us to do. I have not done that this tournament, and I only need one to win one to have tier 3 of that banner. So I would like to do that. Not that I was particularly competitive in this tournament, but anyway, having Mummy form in Tomb is nice. You did it without and only just made it. Yeah, it's absolute pain and suffering if you do Tomb without Mummy form. It really is a necessity. But anyway, that's gonna be it for me tonight. Once again, thank you, Wizard Ike, for the raid. I appreciate it. I hope that you enjoyed whatever little you saw of my character. If you want to see it, it will go to YouTube over the weekend. I have another one, but I will prioritize the 15 rune character. I'm gonna put it this weekend on my YouTube. I hope you have a nice rest of your night, everyone. If you enjoyed what you saw, you should consider following. If you're not already following, and if you are, you can consider subscribing or contributing with donations and stuff like that to the stream. It does help a lot if you choose to do so. But if you don't want to, it's fine as well. It's okay. Let's see